Chapter 13 of the car. Baby was a Harley. Or, as Waylon pointed out later, Baby was the Harley. It is possible that of all the Harley Davidson motorcycles owned by all the Harley owners who loved their bikes, and many of them took them into their homes at night, named them, talked to them, there was never a Harley as pampered and loved as Baby. Wayne left them and moved back into the metal building, and went to a small secondary room at the back that Terry had seen before but assumed was a storage room for paint and materials. It was for Baby. Wayne opened a door on the side of the room and disappeared inside and came out a moment later wheeling Baby. Terry climbed out of the cat to get a better look. It was turquoise green and white with a slight rake to the front fork. Although not as excessive as he had seen on some bikes, and every square inch, every nut and chrome-plated cover or bolt, or fender, or the twin tanks was absolutely spotless. Even the black leather saddlebags were clean, smooth. Baby shone in the morning sun, seemed to emanate a light of its own. "It's beautiful," Terry said. "Really beautiful," Wayne smiled. "Thanks. I spend a little time on her." Susie came into the building from the trailer, wearing a long sweatshirt and holding 4 cups of steaming coffee. She handed one to Waylon, another to Terry, and held Wayne's until he put the kickstand down on the bike and could take it. "You going?" she asked sleepily, sipping her coffee. Wayne nodded. "You handle things while I'm gone?" She shrugged. "Depends on how long." "Until we get back. We're going to look at some things, see a little country." "Right, if you get work." Her voice was tough sounding, but she reached out a hand and patted Wayne softly on the cheek, and Terry felt they had done this before, maybe many times. Terry took a sip of his own coffee, found she had put sugar in it, and realized with the first taste he was starving. He hadn't eaten since the sandwich the day before, and his stomach grumbled when the coffee hit bottom. "We'll eat after we leave," Waylon said. He had moved to stand next to Terry and heard his stomach on the way. Wayne went to the side of the building and pulled down an old duffel bag stuffed with gear. "My trucking bag," he said, and used elastic bungee cords to affix it vertically to the sissy bar on the seat. Then he straddled the bike and smiled. "You guys ready?" "Like that?" Terry thought. That fast he could leave? And remembered his own leaving. All the gear he had tried to take, and Wayne just flipped the duffel bag onto the bike and was ready to go. Waylon put his own pack on the back of the cat and nodded at Terry. "You ready?" Excuse me. Terry nodded. "I think so." Waylon started to get in and then stopped, his hand on the door. "What's the matter?" Wayne had turned the gas and key on the Harley and paused. "Legal problem. He's working on illegal plates. We could get stopped." Wayne smiled. "No problem. We'll stop on the way out and register the car in my name, get plates, and we're on our way." "But," Terry thought, "but doesn't that mean you own the cat? On paper, legal and all?" Except that he didn't say it, couldn't say it. Wayne had pushed the starter button on Baby, and the tune pipes rattled and roared, and it was impossible to say anything. With another look at Susie, and a small nod from her, Wayne popped the bike into gear and slid around the cat, and out into the morning, down the driveway, and out onto the road. Waylon dropped into the seat and closed the door. "Follow," he said, waving his arm backward. Then the bouncing bike, and they were on their way. That's the end of chapter 13.